Quick question. Do I need to worry about my eyeliner? If my eyes just started disappear just a little bit.
I think we'll be okay.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Let's give it up for Halsey, everyone. Hey, welcome to PopBuzz.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, how are you? You've just flown in from Bilbao from the EMAs.
Yeah, can you see it on my face? No, I'm really, really excited. I was just here a couple weeks ago and I didn't really get the time to come in and chat and hang out with you guys because, you know, we had a bunch of shows and everything was kind of hectic. So I'm getting to come back and talk about the song that I didn't know I was going to be putting out last time I was here.
Well, we went to the show and you didn't perform it, so we weren't expecting it, and then out of the blue it comes, and you performed it last night inside a Perspex box, chained up. How was that?
It was really awesome. It was one of my favorite performances I've ever done, and I think the reason for that is because I kind of really took the reins this time, and like I came up with the concept and really wanted to do something really emotional. So I'm in this like glass box and I'm chained to the middle of it, and I'm literally clawing, trying to get out of the box, and there's all these fans around me with their camera phones and whatever else, and
it's a bit meta.
Yeah, right? It's like they're kind of watching me struggle a little, and I kind of wanted to make like a little bit of a statement with that. I've never performed in pouring rain before.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's a big pop star moment when you have your big rain scene. So at what point were you like, I need to have my rain moment?
Well, you know, I use water during my live show, and I'm usually kicking it into the fans and not into myself. So I did the reverse this time and soaked myself. I feel like I can kind of get away with it though because I have short hair. Yeah. So I don't really get the whole
drenched look.
Yeah, I can kind of pull it off a little bit. So that's one of the many benefits of having short hair, is that showers take me 5 minutes and live show showers look great.
At what point do you get used to doing those massive shows at award ceremonies?
You never really get used to it. It gets easier where you start to like believe in yourself a little bit more, you know what I mean? Where you can kind of relax backstage and, you know, be taking selfies and laughing with your friends when you're about to go on, instead of the whole dramatic like 45 minutes to show. You're like, everyone leave me alone, I need to focus. That's more like in the beginning when you're terrified something's gonna go wrong at any given second. Once you start to kind of find that confidence and just treat it like any other show, it's a lot easier. I just have to remember, like, when it comes to award shows, I love performing my live show. I'm never nervous to get on stage during my concert. So once I started applying that same kind of like mentality to it and being like, this is for fans and this is my music, and you know, I'm a storyteller. So I need to go out there and tell a story, unless like this is an award show and I need to look perfect and not mess up and accidentally say the F word on TV like I did the other night. But then again, if you get too comfortable, then you accidentally say the F word on TV like I did the other night.
Well, you said in another interview about being a storyteller and how this new song reminded you that you're a storyteller first, not a celebrity or a personality. Is it easy to get lost in that world, to slip into the celebrity? I
think that when you're an artist, your biggest fear is being misunderstood. Like you're constantly making art in the pursuit of having people understand you. Like that's why you're an artist. Artists make art to be understood. So when the media can kind of like skew the narrative or change things, you kind of get in this habit of being like, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true, and wanting to like correct everything, and then it becomes so obsessive that you forget the whole purpose is to make art that says the truth instead of correcting the anti-truth, if that makes any sense. So for me it was like, say something about whatever it had been that was going on, and I was like, look, I have a responsibility to make art, not make headlines. And when you start getting lost in Instagram comments and people talking about, oh, source told us, and like, you know, we've heard this and heard that, it's like, if you want to correct people, don't correct them with a tweet, correct them with a song. Make art that says what's going on and let that live and let that speak for you, you know? And it can be quite easy to get separated from that, so I kind of had to reel myself back in and be like, you know, remember who you are and remember what you do. Yeah,
definitely with the social media element as well, because that's in your pocket all the time.
Totally.
It's easy to tap into it.
Yeah, making a song takes 6 months to speak your truth. You have to write it, mix it, master it, you know, set it up, put it out, music video, get people to hear it, put it in their lap. Where if you post a tweet, it's like the whole world has it right away, so it can be tempting to be like, I'm just gonna post a tweet and clear this up. But then it just creates a whole world of other problems. And then it also creates an expectation where people start to think, well, she answered us last time, so now we demand an answer to everything, which is like, you know, you need some kind of privacy.
That entitlement, that's...
Totally. My fans, I think, have come to expect an answer from me about certain things, not because they're necessarily entitled to it, but because I've set a precedent that I'm like an open book. And I'll continue to be an open book, but I just wanted to set the reminder that I'll be an open book through my music. You know?
Talking of social media, you tweeted a lovely message about Lauren Jauregui's new music. Have you had a chance to listen to more of her new music yet?
I've heard some of it. I was peeping it on the tour, but she is brilliant. And she's a writer, which is so awesome, which is why I love that she's kind of, you know, getting to finally navigate this path as a solo artist, because she's getting to write and like write from her, purely her own perspective, because being in a band must be awesome because you have so many people with you to rely on, but you're also telling 5 different stories at the same time, which can't be easy to do. I can barely get mine out in words, like in a digestible way. I called her when, you know, she dropped Expectations, and I had already heard it and I'd been really excited for the release, but you know, one of the things I said to her on that day was, I was like, how lucky are you that you get to feel this all over again? Because like, I would give anything to go back in time and to be putting out music for the first time. This is an unbelievable feeling, and she's getting to do it all over again in such a special way. And I was like, I hope you just cherish this moment and realize whatever, you know, you're going through, kind of going from being in a band to being on your own and finding yourself, just remember that at the end of the day, this is such a blessing because you're getting to put out something for the first time, a second time, and that is so amazing. It's like getting to have your first kiss again. Aww. You know what I mean? It's so cool. And I'm so happy for her.
Fans will want to know, will there be a Strangers Part 2?
I'm sure Lauren and I will make music together again. Oh yeah, absolutely. We just have such a good chemistry. We love performing together. It's definitely inevitable, like gonna happen at some point. I also really want to get in and write with her because I wrote Strangers and then put her on it. And she was so perfect for the song, but it was almost such a shame because I know what a talented writer she is. So I'd love to get in their room and make something like organically. So I'm sure that'll end up happening.
Watch this space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And new music, so I know you're being asked all the time about album 3. I know your fans are like desperate to find out what it's going to be. Is it going to be a concept record? Because I know with this song, you were just following your instincts, and I wonder whether that's become addictive to you now and you think, actually, maybe I should just let the songs come as they come.
I think I've learned a lot about not dressing everything up with so much hyperbole and so much like metaphor. It was easier for me to do in the beginning because, like, for example, the last record was based in Romeo and Juliet. So if I said something and someone was like, God, that's so dramatic, I was like, well, it's Shakespeare. It's not me. You know, so it's kind of easy. It was like I could kind of excuse it by doing that. But I feel like I've really, really explored my voice in the past couple years, and this record is, without me, has obviously proven to me that I can speak my truth and people will receive it well. I don't think I could ever not make a concept record. I don't think I could ever just put out an album that's just a collection of random songs. It's not in my nature. I'm a little too meticulous. I'm also one of those people who thinks they're like a psychic. I see signs in everything. So like my albums feel that way too, where like it all needs to be a storyline with like repeated themes. I will say one thing about H3 is that I think this concept for this album is probably going to be about like a 1 sentence long. Like I can probably sum it up in 1 sentence. Like,
and that sentence is?
Oh, nice try. Nice try. I'll tell you what, when it's time, you guys will know because I will make it very blatantly clear. I have not started writing. I've started collecting, which is something I do before I make an album. I call it collecting, which is where I go through and I collect like movies I really like, other songs I really like, images, colors, film grabs from, you know, like screen grabs from films, and poetry of my own. And I kind of take all these ingredients and put them together and look at it all and just go, what does this mean? And what is the common theme in all of this that has attracted me to it? You know, and how does this relate back to what I've been going through? And then I find the message and I go in and put it all together. And then that process is very quick. As soon as I have all the pieces, I write an album in like a month and it's good to go, and we put it out. So I will say I'll be writing through the winter though. So the album is probably going to be a little darker than the others. You thought I was going to say that it was coming out at a certain time. No, I won't blow it. All I'm going to say though is that I keep saying I'm going to take a break, but I love working more than anything. Because it's not working, it's my calling.
Yeah. Halsey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Give it up for Halsey, everyone.
Sorry. Sorry. We gotta keep things interesting, guys. That's how we all stay sane.